our newly appointed Commissioner of Agriculture and Commerce, Andy Gibson. He was sworn into office back in April. He is the 8th commissioner to serve in this role. Governor Phil Bryant appointed him this position when our former commissioner, Cindy Hyde-Smith, became U.S. Senator. He's a farmer, a lawyer, a pastor, a former state representative, and he really is working to promote and strengthen agriculture and commerce in the state of Mississippi. And one of the things he did right off the bat is he did a farm tour around the state to begin to grow those relationships. Now, I learned this is Andy's 17th hobnob to come to, which means he's been at every one of them. But this is his first time to be on the hobnob stage. So please welcome Agriculture and Commerce Commissioner Andy Gibson.
Thank you. Yeah. Good job with the band right there. Thank y'all. Well, I tell you what, I tell folks I'll speak at the drop of a hat, and I'll drop it myself. So let me drop it right now and say a few words to you and with you. I want to welcome you to the 17th annual Mississippi Economic Council Hobnob. It is not my first time, as Scott mentioned, and they do a great job here, but I want to recognize one very special person, my wife, Leslie, over here to my left. Stand up, Leslie, and wave at him. I tried to get her up on the stage, but she wouldn't come. We're going to get you up here next time. You know, I want to tell you how grateful I am for the wonderful career that I have had here in the great state of Mississippi. I don't know about you, but I'm proud to be from Mississippi. Proud to be here all my life, raise my family here, get educated here, raise a family, have a career, serve in the legislature, and now have the great honor, the high and distinct honor of representing Mississippi's largest industry, our agriculture and commerce industry. I want to say thank you to Governor Phil Bryant again. I'm so grateful for him thinking of me. I really do believe that God has given me the skills to lead on this very crucial industry, from the fact that I began raising cows when I was 13 years old, all the way to today, and the legal background that I have that has been very useful in recent days. I want to tell you that my legislative experience, we expect to be over the legislature with a limited agenda, but I'm so grateful for all the members there. It truly is public service to serve in the Mississippi legislature, and I appreciate all that they do. But I want to tell you, I want to serve as the greatest advocate for Mississippi's greatest industry, agriculture. I've been a little busy the last 7 months from a statewide farm listening tour. A wise man told me long ago, good leadership requires good listening. Yeah, we got to listen, and then we've got to learn, and then we can lead. And I've been, as of today, in 76 counties across the great state of Mississippi, and I love every one of them. And before the end of this year, Lord willing, I'll make all 82, met with farmers, ranchers, landowners, listening to the real issues that we're facing and working on them. Economic development initiatives have kept me busy. I'll talk about some of those. Fighting against unnecessary regulations that burden and hinder economic opportunities and hinder farmers from doing what we know to do. And developing our next generation workforce. The greatest investment you and I can make in Mississippi is in our next generation of agriculture and commerce leaders and all of our young people. Y'all agree with that? If you do, you can clap at that, all right? And if not, I'm going to pray for you. Because the greatest investment we can make is in our young people. I want them to succeed. I want them to stay here, and I want them to raise their family here and have the wonderful life I've been privileged to have and you have as Mississippians. Now, a few things I'm going to say. As I've been listening, I've been busy, and I don't believe in letting grass grow under your feet. I've been moving around the state and been working diligently on these issues. Let me share just a few of them. From the listening tour, from the Gulf Coast to the hills, to the Delta, the piney woods. Our state is a blessed state. We have abundant natural resources, and we don't ever need to let anybody look down their nose at Mississippi, because you know what? We're putting food on tables around the world every night at supper time. We're putting clothes on the back of young people all around this world to wear to school and for folks to wear to work. And we are putting roofs over the heads of folks all over America and the world through our wonderful timber industry. I've been listening, and I'm ready to leave. 36,200 farms in Mississippi today. 29% of our agriculture, of our workforce is agriculture-related work. And 2/3 of those farmers work another job to keep the farm going. Listen, we need all our farmers, large and small, and we're working every day to make sure to get government out of the way so we can all succeed. We're blessed and we're proud to promote Mississippi poultry and timber, corn, cotton, sweet potatoes, soybeans, watermelons, Smith County watermelons. I tell you what, we got a lot to be proud of and thankful for. Economic development. I've been working on some very key projects the last 7 months. And I was recently elected to serve as Vice President of the Southern United States Trade Association. Trade and tariffs are a big issue. We have some tremendous opportunities. We shipped the first Mississippi chicken to India 6 months ago in over 2 decades. I'm proud of that fact. Yeah, you can clap at that. I told them in India, if they ever eat our chicken, they won't want anybody else's chicken. I love fried chicken. Let me tell you something. I've been working on some timber projects. You're about to see in very rapid succession some timber development projects announced around this state that's going to benefit our landowners and our timber industry. You know, just wait. We just had a groundbreaking yesterday in Copiah County, and there's more to come. Timber mill expansions, trade opportunities. We have 2 delegations coming to meet with the Mississippi Department of Agriculture and Commerce in November from other countries to talk about buying more Mississippi commodities. I'm excited about that. Working with Glenn McCulloch and the Mississippi Development Authority, we have some great opportunities, and we're just scratching the surface on those. I want to tell you, we've been fighting against unnecessary regulations. The Trump administration Environmental Protection Agency is a breath of fresh air, no pun intended, all right? We had the first ever Mississippi Agriculture Roundtable with the United States EPA Regional Administrator. He came here to our office. He met with Farm Bureau and all of our agriculture industry groups, Delta Council, all of our main commodities, and we had a wonderful, positive discussion about how we can push back and fight back against unnecessary regulations like the waters of the United States. Do you know there was a regulation that would have taken over every drain ditch in America on my land that I worked and bought and paid for, and on your land and tell you what you could or couldn't do with it? That's un-American, in my opinion, and I'm so glad it got repealed and it's being replaced. And in fact, we had to fight a legal battle and get exempted from it here in the state of Mississippi. We've been fighting things like fake meat. There is a new threat to our cattle industry, beef industry, and it is called lab-grown meat. You can grow meat on the hair follicle of a cow. How about that? I don't plan to eat a dab of it, do you? I don't know about you. I plan to eat some real steaks, and I like mine medium well. And I want the world to know. We're about to file comments in a federal docket, filing comments on consumers' right to know that they're getting real meat versus fake meat. We're about to file those in support of our consumers and our local livestock producers. And then I want to tell you, finally, maybe the most important thing we're doing is working on workforce development for agriculture and ag-related industry. I've been meeting with folks at Mississippi State University and Dr. Andrea Mayfield of community colleges, and we're working on a comprehensive strategic plan for ag-related workforce development in the great state of Mississippi. One thing we're doing as the Department of Agriculture and Commerce, you can go to our website under employment opportunities, go to mdac.ms.gov and look under agency information, employment opportunities, and you'll find the Mississippi Agriculture Workforce Development Internship Program. And I want everybody here to know, maybe you know an 18-year-old or someone who's about to be 18 and they don't know what their career path is going to look like, but maybe they're interested in an agriculture-related occupation, in a career, working on the farm or an ag-related business. They can go to that website, fill out that form, send it in, And we've already had 42 students around the state of Mississippi sign up. They're going to be coming from on a statewide basis, interning through our department. I can't pay them a dime right now, but I can get them in the network of everything ag-related in Mississippi and put them in touch with their interests. I want to close with this. You got some literature on your tables. Genuine Mississippi. It is our new branding and promotional campaign. We're proud to be Mississippians through and through, and we're promoting everything grown, raised, crafted, and made right here in Mississippi. And hey, that applies to you. Whatever you're making, manufacturers out there, there's not one reason why you and your team can't be a member. You chambers of commerce, take this back home, get your local businesses plugged in, and we're going to promote everybody to invest in ourselves, invest in Mississippi. And in closing, I'm going around the state sowing seeds of opportunity. We're going to get what we sow. We're going to get more than we sow. We're going to get it after we sow. And when we get done, we'll all join together all across Mississippi and sing that great old song, Bringing in the Sheaves. God bless you. Have a great time here today at Hobnob. We'll see you all around. Thank you, Scott.
Our next speaker is State Treasurer Lynn Fitch. Since being elected State Treasurer, she's made increasing financial literacy one of her major goals. She believes that developing a strong financial education for our children creates a future where we have better skilled workforce and prepares them to be successful here in Mississippi. She also continues to work to make sure that our state college savings plan is solid and structured in a manner that our students have the opportunity to continue their education, whether to four-year college or to community college or through CTE programs. She continues to work on those things that will create those opportunities. Please welcome State Treasurer Lynn Fitch.
Good morning. Good morning. Great to be with y'all today here at Hobnob. Fantastic music. Thank you all so very much. Thank you, Scott, the MEC team. It's such an exciting time for us all to be together. I look around and I see so many friends, and what an opportunity for us to network and talk about what's happening in our state. We've got so many great things, positive strides that we've all made together. So we have the opportunity and the platform to do that as we're all together at this wonderful event. But first of all, I want to say thank you for being here. Thank you for taking your time, because you are leaders. You are leaders in your communities. You're leaders in your businesses. And thank you for always stepping up in a leadership role. You know, in what you do, you are empowering our workforce, which is so key to the future. You all are very strategic. You are very visionary on what our state needs. So thank you for always taking that on. And as a member of MEC, you look at how we can be collaborating. What can we do together in the future? And that's what's so important, because the ultimate goal that we're all interested in is, how do we prepare the next generation to be us? How are they ready to sit at these tables, to lead across our state? And what are we doing right now? So just very quickly, as a reminder too, because it's so key to what we're going to be doing across our state and across our country, please remember next week is voting. Encourage all the people you work with, your families, your friends, to get out and vote. We so desperately need to continue the President Trump's agenda. Just very quickly, think of the positive things that have happened. Wages are up 3% nationally. Unemployment's at 3.9%. Economic growth is at 4.1% across our country. We have the highest consumer confidence that we've had, and look how many times the Dow has hit record highs. So please vote. Please understand and get everyone that you know the significance of voting, and it is such a privilege to be able to do that. So as we talk about wonderful success that we've had throughout the course of the state, I have certainly been able to do it with many of you that are partners. We've all been able to do things together as a unified front, and I want to talk about some of those successes because they truly have been impactful. We've been empowering people, and we've been making a difference together. You know, it's been an extraordinary privilege to serve, and very much an honor, and I'm very humbled to serve as your state treasurer. This is the 7th year, and we've had some wonderful successes. I've got a great team. I'm so blessed to have such a fabulous team. But here's what we've all done together. First of all, $90 million has gone back into the economy in 7 years. Let me say that again. $90 million out of unclaimed property, which is your money. We've been able to successfully partner and get those dollars back out. Those are game changers and certainly an economic driver. Tony Geiger leads the team with our unclaimed property, and we're all across our communities helping, and many of you are very engaged in that, so thank you. There have been so many other things, proactively managing your debt, saving $150 million of all of our taxpayer dollars. You hired me to do that. You hired me to be very diligent, and so far, that's a pretty good savings. We'll continue to do that as we go through the next year and a half. But what else? Written new rules and regulations so that when we expend debt on your behalf, that we're going to vet those projects. We're going to look at the sustainability. We're going to look at the longevity. Are you getting an economic value out of that? Again, very important to the future. Now, some of the things that Scott mentioned that I really like to talk about, college savings. College savings. How can we rally together? What have we done that makes a difference? You know, the impact plan, I've restructured that. It is now cost neutral to all the taxpayers. Cost neutral. Plan is up and going. It's a great full faith and credit. Hope you will invest. The MAX account, the Affordable College Saving. That one can be used for room and board, books, computers. But it can also now, under the new federal laws, be used for tuition from K through 12th grade if you go to public, private, or parochial school and you pay tuition. Important, you get a tax deduction. We were ready in our office. We were prepared. We were very engaged in the national level, and we knew it was coming. And so what a great opportunity to reach out. Now, college savings is so wonderful because think about this. We are so blessed. We have great universities and colleges. We have the #1 community college system in the nation. We have excellent vocational schools. So we have a place for everybody. There's a place for a skill set that matches for everybody. And how can we help those young students? What can we all do? We can save for them. Because every study says if you save for a child, no matter what you save, what capacity, they are 7 times more likely to further their education. Well, they're worth it. Anytime we can help with upward mobility, this is an opportunity through college savings. Affordable being the key. What is affordable for you, for your family? And I will tell you, we looked at this program, we said, again, how can we all work together? There are so many of you right now that are partners in this room. We're doing payroll deposit. Payroll deposit. How easy for an individual to save for a child, grandchild, whomever it might be, through payroll deposit. We have 190 employers who are now in payroll deposit with us. So what an exciting opportunity for individuals to save. So if you haven't signed up, happy to do that. Love to allow your teams to participate in that as well. College savings. But now on to one that I'm such a champion about. I love financial education. We so desperately needed to come together and rally and say, how can we make personal finance a commitment for our state? We never change the financial culture until we make that a real element and a value that we all see fit must be done. And we have. Again, many of you are partners. And what did we do 4 years ago? Create an initiative called TEAM, Treasurer's Education About Money. Very simple. Partners, partners, partners. Mississippi Council on Economic Education. They've been training our teachers. Oh, everybody, we know that our teachers have a wonderful circle of influence. Our teachers are with our children, our teachers in our communities, our teachers out in the churches. We couldn't do it without our solid teachers. So training our teachers. So in 4 years through this partnership, 1,400 teachers have been trained. 1,400. That's exciting. 54 teachers this summer got master's certificates of personal finance. And Mississippi Council on Economic Education trains our teachers, led by Selena Schwartzfeger, doing a fabulous job. So important. What else have we done? We're in over 300 high schools, public, private, parochial. 112,000 students have taken some personal finance. That's exciting. That's all of us coming together to make a difference. So as we all know, we're always driving for solutions. What's the end goal? The end goal is to make sure every child had the opportunity to take personal finance. One of our great partners, the Department of Education. And guess what? There's a pilot program going on right now that the Department of Education is spearheading. So next year, every child will have to have some personal finance in their career readiness class. So that's driving to a solution that we've all been able to do. So again, I'm so proud to have been a part, and I thank many of you because you are team members. So as I've looked at these successes, I've thought about what's next step. And after a lot of prayer, after a lot of thought, certainly after visiting with my children, I'm going to run to serve as your next Attorney General. I believe I can serve you there in a very solid capacity. I have over 30 years of legal experience. I have been afforded the opportunity to be a Special Assistant Attorney General. I've led several complex agencies, as you know. I've been in private practice, and I've been counsel to the legislature. So I have a very solid background to serve you best in that capacity. And I believe with my intersection of the law and the policy and finance and administration, I am ready. I can take those successful measures that we used in the Treasurer's Office and apply them to serve as your Attorney General. And there's a lot of great things that we can continue to do together. There's some big issues. Being pro-business, talking about the opioid crisis. We so desperately need to have the conversation together, protecting our human trafficking victims, prosecuting those people that commit fraud against our taxpayers. So it's an honor, and I look forward to having the opportunity to serve you in that capacity. Again, thank you for being here. Thank you for always giving of yourselves as leaders, and may God bless you in all that you do. Thank you.
As y'all know, many of you filed your LLCs. I take 700,000 documents now. We're all automated in the Secretary of State's office. We got the lowest filing fees in the country. Your LLC filing fee on your renewal, zero, the lowest filing fees in the country. We created Y'all Business that we were just talking about. It is the most complete package that you can have on research in Mississippi. Every single county has been analyzed, just like a Target or a Walmart was going to move there. Every single one of them have been analyzed, and you use that. All of y'all use that. We get great marks. We've gone to online auctions for tax forfeited properties. We made $1.5 million last year putting property that was really abandoned back on the voter rolls. We've acquired 18,000 acres in Mississippi in the Delta, an island, Cat Island. We've acquired many public spaces for y'all, all to be used by you and your grandchildren. All of that's been done with private dollars and federal dollars and very little of the state funds. We implemented voter ID. Yep, we implemented voter ID. And despite what you may hear about that, we're the only state that didn't get sued, and Mississippi was the only state that didn't get sued. Saved millions of dollars on lawyers and everything else. In addition to that, this last poll that we just had said 81% of Mississippians thought voter ID was a good deal. So we worked hard with that. 16th section land, we put all the leases on the land. Some of you had those leases. We went to fair value, just like the law said it was. When I leave this office, we will have raised $1 billion for schools in Mississippi off your 16th section lands. And one other thing you'll really appreciate, all you businessmen and women, my budget this year is less than the day I started 12 years ago. We work hard on watching your money, watching your dollars. So I want to talk to you a little bit about a couple other things. Where we're going. In Mississippi, we've been taking surveys. Y'all been great. First time we took a survey, only about 2,000 of y'all sent stuff back. This last survey, you sent 5,000 replies back, 5,000 replies. And I ask you, what do you need? What do you want from us? What do you want from the legislature? What's most important? And it will come as no shock to you. The most important thing, educated workforce. An educated workforce was the most important thing. And then they wanted community support. So we met in Lowndes County, and we started things like Hands, where people will start to look at what they want to be when they're in the 10th and 11th grade in school. Without an educated workforce, we will not prosper. And without a strong public education, we can't have an educated workforce. The path forward is clear. That's where we need to spend our time and efforts. Y'all have seen a lot about cybersecurity. We get attacked at the statewide election management system thousands of times by people all over the world trying to get into our stuff. 1.8 million voter rolls are held there, and we work every single day to make sure that those are protected. I got a secret clearance with Homeland Security. We have great people that are working in our IT department to defend the information that you give us on your statewide election management system, so it'll be ready for you next Tuesday. And while I tell you about that, I want to close by saying a couple of things. I got invited by General Balls to go to Kuwait. 2.5 weeks ago, I was standing in the sand in Kuwait, just south of the Iraqi border. And I was standing there with the men and women of the 155th. There are 3,200 Mississippians out in the desert. And they're in the Middle East. They're not just in Kuwait and Iraq. They're in 10 different countries all over the Middle East. And they're doing a great job. And they're in all the rough places that you don't want to go. And I took them a bracelet that said, Mississippi misses you. We want you to come home. They left in May, and they won't be back till next March. They're not going to make the election. They're not going to make the Mississippi State-Ole Miss game. They're not going to make Christmas. They're going to be over there while their kids get sick and their jobs get waited on, while they have postponed their professional and their personal careers to go defend your right to vote. Now, if any of you have been honored enough to be with those men and women in Kuwait, not one of you would miss a vote on Tuesday. It's the most important thing we have. Your voting is a right. Some of you have defended and fought for that right. They're defending and fighting for it today in sand dunes all over the Middle East. It is your right to vote. And you know what else it is? It's your obligation to vote. Go vote next Tuesday. Exercise your right. Fulfill your obligation. Honor those 3,200 members that are members of your community. Your next door neighbors are over there fighting for you. Take your time to go cast a ballot. We'll look forward to seeing you at all our 1,800 precincts, and thank y'all for inviting me, and God bless America.